All right, recording has started. So let's continue with the previous lecture. But first, let me just explain the assignment that I've given to you now. I just created an assignment. I want everybody to participate. All right, so let me show you the assignment and tell you what's required from you. In the assignment, it's written, search the internet or design yourself a question or questions, more than one is better, that needs the use of functions. Please refer to the reference website link. Okay, so you don't need to solve any question, just develop or search the internet to find a question that requires to search the internet to find programs that requires the use of function. Okay, so this is your assignment. You don't need to solve or answer any question. You need to find the question, and when you upload it to the assignment, we will try to find the best questions, and we will solve them together. All right. I don't want to be the only one who gives the questions, who develop the questions. I want you to participate in this. Like you can go to the internet and search Google, for example, functions with C++ example. Try to find any example that you feel it needs or we can solve it in the class. At least one, more than one is very much better. All right, so this is your assignment, and it's worth 1 point only, 1 mark, because it doesn't need more marks. Okay. Okay, so let's get back to our discussion. I'll go back to the last few slides and repeat them quickly. So in the previous lecture, we were talking about the function, and we said the functions usually are used to, in case if you have a code that is used continuously or used more than once in the program, then you can create functions like this f1 as a function 1, function 2, and you can call them from the main function any number of times and wherever you need them. All right, so the prototype, I told you don't bother yourself with this because we will write the function. This is just in case if we want to write the function at the end of the code. I mean, it means, or I mean, after the main function. But actually, I recommend, okay, no need to declare function, then write the main, then write the function. Write the function at the beginning, and you don't need to declare them like this. So let's agree that whenever we have a code or program that needs function, this is the pure program. Our write, of course, include IOStream using this preparation. Then you can write your functions here. Okay. Then after that, you can write your main function. Okay. To avoid this kind of declaration. Okay. We said that I have 4 types of functions. Okay, the 4 types of functions, we divided together these functions into 4 types. The first type is the function that does not return any value and does not take argument. The second type is it returns value, but it doesn't take arguments. The third type is takes arguments, but it doesn't return any value. And the last one takes argument and returns values. These are the example that we solved in the previous lecture of the 4 type of them. The first one was write a function that prints hello when it's called in the main function. If you can see that when you call the function in the main function, you don't need to pass any arguments. When you call the name of the function, it will just print hello. So When you call the function, it will go to the screen and print hello. That's it. Doesn't return any values to the main function. So if you can see, this is the function that we've written last lecture of type void. Void means return nothing, returns nothing. Okay. Say hi. The parentheses are empty. Why empty? Because I don't need to pass any argument. So see out, hi there, and end line. That's it. In the main function here, I will call the function by writing its name only. No arguments have been passed, and no equal is used here. Okay, so say hi, say hi, say hi 3 times, and the execution will print hi 3 times. Let's see the second type. The second type, which write a function that prints the real number passed to it from the main function. So that means I will pass an argument from here, but I will get nothing. Why? Because it will go directly to the screen and print the value that I passed. But from the main function, I have to pass arguments to this function. So include iStream. This is the function. Okay. If you can see void print real, of course, the name, you are free to name it any name, follows the convention that we talked about. It doesn't start with numeric. It doesn't have any special characters, etc. So I called the function print real. Void. Why void? Because again, doesn't return any value. So the type is void. Again, please pay attention to this point. If the function doesn't return any value, then its type should be void. Print real, I called the function as print real. Then here, the passed argument. Okay, that means I need to pass an argument to this function from the main function when I call it. Here, when I call the function, of course, what the function does is to print the value that I passed to it. Then integer main print real of 2.3. Okay. See, I passed an argument, but there is no equal here because it doesn't return any value to me. Again, another example, double A equal 2.56, print real of A. So if the function takes argument and doesn't need, then I will not use this, for example, x equal function, okay, of argument. Now I need to pass argument, but I don't need to return to get any result, any value from the function. So this is the second type of the function. The third type of the function that doesn't take arguments, but returns value. For example, write a function that returns the value of pi when it's called in the main function. Actually, if you can see, I don't need to pass any argument to this function because whenever I call it, I'll use it directly. I'll get the value of pi. So double, see here, it's not void. Why not void? Because it returns value. But here is empty. Why empty? Because I don't need to pass any arguments to this function. So double pi equal 3 point something. Okay, I return pi. This is the function. When I call it here, see the call is different. Double x equal get pi. Here I used equal. Why equal? X equals get pi as pi capital P. Okay. Oh. Equal because it returns function. I need a variable to hold the value that's returned from the function. So that's why I used x equal. So if you can see now, whenever I put x here, it means this one, the parentheses will be empty. Okay, whenever I put X here, okay, it means there's no return value. So this is the third type. The fourth type, which is take arguments and returns values. So I pass argument to the function. The function will process the values that I passed and return a value. For example, write the function that finds the sum of two integers, okay, passed from the main function and returns the sum. So here, if you can see, I have type, I have arguments here, and it takes values and returns values. That's why equal should be there, and in the parentheses, there should be some values. All right. So the function will do r equal x plus y, return r. Now, and then the main function, integer a equal 5, b equal 7, integer s, if you can see here, I have equal some integer of a, b, and then I will get the result. I think this was repeated from the last class, but since it's very important, I prefer to skim it again or go through it again. Now, our discussion today, I want you to participate with me in this, to write a program that have a function for each arithmetic operation. I'll explain, I'll tell you how to think of any question like this. So here, write a function for each arithmetic operation, plus, minus, etc. That means I need to have 4 functions, right? Because for each operation, there should be a function. Then I should have 4 functions. Let's think about the names. I'll call the first function as add, the second function sub, the third small, mul, and div. Okay, all these are not keywords, so I can use this function. Now, for every function, let's see the rest of the question to decide what is the type of the question, of each question. The program asks the user to enter 2 integers. See, ask the user to enter 2 integers here. That means I'm going to work with integers. So integer x, integer y, okay? And the operation, the user wants to apply to and print the result. What will be the result if I add 2 integers? Now let me know, please, if you can tell me, even typing, what is the type of the return value? If I add 2 integers, what will be the type of the result? Anybody? Let me see. Anybody wants to participate? The question is, if I added or passed 2 integer numbers, okay, what will be the result? Integer, float, double, string, what will be the result?
Integer.
Integer. Naji? All right, integer. Sarah, very good. Perfect. So you know now the type should be, or the function should be of type integer. See, this is the way I want you to think of solving any problem. The same thing, of course, integer, subtract of integer x, integer y, and the same. So I need to write 4 functions, but still I have the main function. Okay. In the main function, I will think of it like this. First, include iostream. This is done. All right. Using namespace std. Okay. Semicolon. Then the function, the first function is integer. Sorry. Add of integer x, integer y, right? Inside, I'll define integer r equals x plus y, and since I have returned value, then type, I will write return r, and remember the type of r of the return value here, okay, should be the same. We agreed on this. Okay, so this is the first function. Now, the second function. The second function also, I can write it, for example, here, integer subtract of integer x, integer, not semicolon, integer y, then here. See, actually, you can write it a bit shorter here. I will use the shorter notation here, if you can use it. Return, it means if I write integer add of integer x, comma, integer y. Here I can only write return x plus y. That's it. Okay, but I prefer to write it like this because I don't want to miss any information, or commit any mistake. So it's up to you. This is correct, and this is correct. Sometimes the people or the professional programmer prefer to use this to show that they can do things with less instructions. Actually, there's no big difference if you are using 3-4 instructions or 1 instruction, so the result will be the same. So here I can write it directly. Return x minus y. The same thing is applied to the multiply and divide. Okay, you can write them. Then here I will write the main function, integer main. Okay, and the main function, of course, I need to read 2 numbers. So I'll define integer a and b, then cout enter a, cin a, and cout enter. It will be clear when we write it using the editor. Enter b, cn d. Now also in the question, it asks you, if you go back to the question, the operation and the operation the user wants to apply. Then there should be another question, or the program should ask the user or the user about the operation. Then what I'll do here, this is the second part. Let us finish this. Okay, let's write this and we will solve the second part. So here, if you can see, I'll start with integer add of integer x, integer y, return x plus y, integer sub, integer x, integer y, return x minus y. I will also in multiplication, mul, return x multiplied by y. Okay. Divide div. See, if the color has been changed, then I think we have, I call dv1. We have keyword called div. Okay, so I'll call dv1. Return x divided by y. So these are the functions, the 4 functions that we need, and they are ready now. Here, integer a and b, cout enter the first number, enter a, enter the second number, I'll enter B. Now I need here to enter, I'll define something, let's say OP. Okay, so it's integer. OP equals 0. I'll tell you why. Cout, enter the operation. Okay, here \n 1 for addition, \n 2 for subtraction. I can click enter here. Okay, to no. To be some, in this editor there will be some problem. Okay, I can continue down. Cout uh, 2 for subtraction, 3 \n 3 for multiplication, and \n 4 for division. So I will let the user to select the operation he or she wants from this message, but I need to read it. Cn copy. Okay, you have to select one of these operations. Let's run it first and we'll continue to make sure that there's no error. There will be no error, then execute. Okay, so this is the message that we got. If you can see it here, enter the first number, enter the second number, enter the operation. I think this is not interactive. Okay, we should read them. And then the message. Just give me 1 second. I want to make sure that it's an interactive CPP. Okay, I'll take this. Yeah, this is interactive. Interactive means it asks the user to enter values. If you can see here, enter the first value, the first number, then enter the second number, 8. Then you get the message. Enter operation, 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication, 4 for division, but still I didn't decide. Let's say 1, nothing happened. Why? Because I didn't add the conditions. Okay, do you have any questions till now? Anybody has any questions? So I defined A, B as variable. I read the variable, then I will read the operation. Okay, but here also I think it's better if we just make a minor modification. What's wrong here? Okay. Out \n, enter your choice. So till now nothing happened. Now the based on the operation, I'll decide what function do I need to call. So if OP equals 1, okay, what function should I call? In this case, I'll call the addition. So here I need to define another variable, which is R. Okay, so R equals, let's go back and see the name of the function. Add equals add of A semicolon and C out the result is R. Okay, and end line semicolon. I close the brackets. So this is if operation is equal to 1. Now I can do the same thing for other operations, but here it's better to use else if. So else if operation is equal to 2, I'll call subtract, right? Again, else if operation is equal to 3, then I'll call MUL, multiply. All right. Again, still I have one more operation. If OP is equal to 4, then div1. Remember that we call it div1 because div already taken as a keyword. Now, if none of these you entered, you did not enter 1, 2, 3, 4, you enter some other number, then here else only. Okay. Out. We did not select create operation. Okay. And NDL semicolon done. Now, if you can see here, return 0. I'll just reduce the size. I hope you can see it now. After writing the function here, we wrote the function, the required function, and we said it's integer. Why? Because in the question it's written that like use or to find the addition, subtraction, to apply the mathematical operations on integers. Okay, so the return value is integer, then the name, you can give it any name you want, but it should be not one of the keywords. Okay, integer x, integer y, then return x plus y. The same thing, sub, subtract or subtraction, integer x, return the subtraction, and so on. Now, in the main function, we just created a menu. The menu just for the user to understand that it's required from him after entering the number to select the operation. Okay. If the user selected the operation equal 1, then the addition will be applied and the result will be displayed to the user. And if the else if, you remember this if else if, operation equal 2, then R equals subtraction, and the result will be displayed. Else if operation equal 3, I remember why we use 2 equals, right? Because it's comparison. Then R equal multiplication, and else if operation equal 4. What if the user did not enter any one of these numbers, like he or she did not enter 1, 2, 3, or 4? Then else will be executed and will the message will be displayed. You did not select appropriate operations. So let's execute it and see the result. I hope there will be no error. All right, perfect. If you can see the execution, enter the first number. So I'll select 7. Enter the second number. I select 2. Now enter the operation. I'll select the fourth operation. Okay. So the result is 3. Why 3? Because 7 integer divided by 2 is 3 only. Okay. That's it. It's the end of the execution. Now let's select something which is not in the list. Enter the first number. I don't know why this is happening all the time. Okay. Enter the first number, so I'll enter 7. Enter the second number, 2. Enter the operation. Okay, I think we missed something happened. We missed the program. This is the problem of the online editors. Okay, so I'll stop execution. We didn't copy it, so we have to do it again. I'm sorry, I'll try to find another editor. By the way, I have an editor here, but I cannot make it larger, so it's difficult for you to see this. That's why I don't use it. Okay, no problems. We'll do it again. So \n for your choice. Let's just copy them. Okay, see in operation. Now we said it's good that I'm going to repeat the code again to understand it better. So if operation equals 1, okay, then and we say here we have R, B and R, okay, then R equal add of A and B dot the result is R. All right, let's close it and repeat the same thing again and again 4 times. Else, if operation equals 2, then this means I need to use subtract. Okay, and else if operation equals 3, and this means multiplication. Okay, before last case. Equals 4, then I will use the division, which is div1. We call it div1. Okay. Now, if the user didn't enter any of these cases, then we were going to use else alone. That means nothing of the conditions has been applied or is correct, is true. So here, cout, you did not enter a valid operation. Okay, and ENGL. Let me just copy it again before we missed it. That's it. So it's ready now. We can execute it and see. Run. We have error at okay. See the error at the end of the input expected end, because we opened here parentheses and we didn't close it. So I close it here and go back to execute the code again. Okay, enter the first number 7, enter the second number 2, and enter the option, enter your choice. I'll select 8. Okay. I get you did not enter a valid operation. Why? Because 8 is not one of the option 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so here I can do a little bit or a small modifications. 1 second here. Enter your choice here. All right. What to do? How to do this? I'll try to. I'm sorry. Repeat the process more than once. Okay. First, I will share this with you. Okay. I prefer to do it like this. Okay. So I'll select all, then copy it. I'll give you this question so you can. Oh, you know, I'll put it in a Word document and share it with you. You can copy it and use it. I'll save it now. 1 second. Here, question. I'll share it with you, so you can use it directly. You can just copy the code and use it. Then we will do the modification. I'll go to Teams. Okay, or from here. Okay. General. So this is the first example. I want you to execute it and to check if there is any modification you want to do, because I'll ask you to do so. Okay, so upload file. All right, I even upload it as a Word document, so when you open it, you just copy it and paste it in the editor and try to modify it. Now, what I'll do now, I think we have time. Yes, we have some time. I want to repeat the process again and again. So here, what I will do, this part, the menu, I'll include it in, and we call it infinite loop, but it's not infinite. All right. I will include it in a while. So while true, that means it will work forever unless I add break. Then I will add block starts here and ends here. Okay. It will ask me forever. It will continue asking me this forever. So run. It's halted. Why it didn't get the message? 1 second. I'll just. Okay, so enter the first number, 7. Enter the second number, 5. Enter the operation, and the change has not been done. Okay, so here. Okay. We said we will add here After operation, we will add while true. Okay, then I'll start the block and end the block here. Okay. I will run it. I think there's a problem with the compiler, so I'll go to this one. I understand that you cannot see it clear because I cannot increase the size here, but it's okay. I will execute it only here because in the online compiler we faced some issues. See, it's still there's an error here. So after the operation, okay, so from here. True. Read this, and at the end, so let's execute this. That's why I don't like to use this, because you need to write things manually. So here I have to write dot backslash. The name of the file is 01. All right. It's something else. I don't know. Let's see if it's something embarrassing. I'm sorry, guys, but this is the online compiler, and this is the problem with the online compiler. See, it's still working. Continue. It went back to the same. All right. So I think the lecture is the time of the lecture is ended. So I'll continue next lecture with this. It's working perfectly. Don't worry. I want you to use this code and try to have any modifications, anything you want to add. All right, we'll continue next lecture, inshallah. You take care, and I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you very much. I'll stop recording now. I don't know if you have any questions. It seems that you don't have questions.